Part 2 of If You Had a Choice. So I'm not going to go too deep into my mom's side of the family. And it's not that my mom's side of the family is bad people. There's some good people. Most of my uncles are good people. Most of my aunts, I only have one left on my mom's side. They're good people. They've also made some stupid fucking choices. Alright? I've made some stupid fucking choices. I own my choices. Most people don't own theirs. They want to throw that shit in the closet and be like, I didn't do that, I didn't do that. But here's the part of being an adult. You are capable of making mistakes. You're capable of owning your mistakes. So don't bullshit around. Own your mistakes. You know, that's what you need to do. Because you're grown and you should own up to what you've done. Now, here's the be all of all be all things when it comes to this shit. Alright? I chose my dad because my dad chose to love me like no other. Now, he had love for his other kids. They didn't go out their way to reach out to him, to come see him. They talked to him when he came to Smithfield, or if at all, which is my older sibling's case. They did get somewhat on track before he passed. But my dad has always been fair. Alright? So we're gonna call it as we see it. My dad has always been fair. If not honest, he's always been fair. Alright? And I, on the other hand, have always been honest. Since I was 12 years old, I have never lied to my father, and I have never lied to my mother. And I decided this because one or both of my parents have lied to me on a few occasions. I'm pretty sure my dad has not lied to me as much, if at all, compared to my mother. Alright? And I'm not saying that my mom is a bad person. I'm just saying that her scruples aren't always there and her moral compass might not be 1,000% right. But that's her doing and her choice. I have not lied to my mom since I was 12 years old. I do not lie to people because, one, I can't remember what the fuck I lied about. And two, you're working too hard if you lie. And you can exaggerate the truth. You can make it more exciting, But you should just try to tell the truth as it is. But here's the problem with the truth and a lie. Truth is point of view. And that's the thing. The truth is the point of view. You can tell everything you saw, and it will be the truth. But there's two truths. There's what you saw that is true that you speak of, and then there's what actually happened, which you may have missed something or another, which is what God will step in and intervene and all that. I give everybody 99.9. I play 20 questions. Because this way, I don't have to be a snitch. I'll feed you what you need and you will accept it as the truth because I have no reason to lie to you. I gain nothing, especially when I'm not even involved in the story at hand. I chose my dad for this reason. My dad has never turned his back on me. My dad has never chosen somebody else's child over me. My dad has helped kids that aren't his kids and has saved kids and myself from me. And that incident where I had told you guys a video about me being me and the boy who lived next door being Mike Tyson and the boxing thing, and he would not pull his punches, and then I threw my gloves off and I was going to go beat his ass to death, and my dad told me, don't make me call you twice. And I ran back up there and my dad gave me the be all lectures and forbidding me to go outside. When my dad went to work, I couldn't go outside unless I was going to my aunt's house, and if I seen the boy next door, I was not to go anywhere near him or my dad would beat my ass. But my dad forgot that I know Kung Fu, so I wasn't really worried about that. But I love my dad, so I did what I was told. I didn't go half-cocked and decide, fuck that nigga, I'm gonna fuck him up, fuck that. No, I didn't do that. I honored my word. And my word is everything. So when I told my dad that I would do what he says, I did what he says. That was pretty much the gist of it. There was no ifs, ands, and buts about it. And he didn't have to ask me twice. I also chose my dad because he has his firstborn son, hopefully. you know, he put a lot of, I can't think of the word, so we'll use another word. He put a lot of faith in me. No, I don't know what the hell he saw in me, but he put a lot of faith in me. And, you know, my dad, him and I had maybe 2 incidences that were probably bad. Only 2. Yeah, 2. First incident was with my cousin Bill. I laugh about this all the time, which is why I said my dad is fair. Okay? And in his fair, the story I'm going to tell you is probably not fair from where you stand. But when you figure out why he did it, you will find out that it was fair. So there was a Pepsi bottle. And this is when I used to drink sodas. And I was like 12, maybe 11, between 11 and 12. Might have been younger than that. Might have been 10. And that's when they had those like giant Pepsi bottles, the glasses like that. The shit was like long as my arm. So Smithfield has always had unique shit. So we're in Smithfield and we're going to Tom and Jerry's. That's literally the name of the place we were going because he's getting his car fixed. And my dad only had money for 1 Pepsi because the rest of his money he had just paid to get the car fixed. And so he went across the street to like is he like a Ben Franklin store or some West something or another. Anyway, so long story short, he went in there and got a Pepsi, and he had a cup in the car. It was like one of those big cups. It was like this cup, but it was like without the handle. So he got the Pepsi, popped the top off, and they had to use like the bottle cap opener thing. So he pours the majority of the soda in the cup because I wanted the bottle. I wanted to drink out the bottle. I wanted to be the big man. And so my dad gave Bill, my older cousin, the most soda. And he was standing far enough away that he thought that I could hear him because I was having a hissy fit. I was pissing and moaning that I wanted that bottle. So he gave me the bottle. But he didn't give me the most soda. And he was right beside Bill and he said, "Don't worry, I gave you the most." Now you would think that he would give his own son the most. That he would look out for his son. But he didn't. He gave Bill the most to teach me a lesson. And the lesson was that just because you're someone's son doesn't mean you're any better or more than that person's nephew. Alright? My dad taught me that you love all people the same. Even at the expense of your own child. If you have to teach your child this lesson, you teach them the easy way or the hard way. And he taught me this hard lesson the easiest way he could. Now, what he didn't know is that I heard him. And I told him, I said, "I heard that." He said, "What'd I say?" I said, "You gave Bill the most." He said, "Yep." And I said, "But I'm your son." He said, "That does not matter." He said, "What matters is that I'm fair. You cried for that damn bottle. I gave it to you with some soda in it. You didn't say you wanted the most soda. So, your lesson is, you can't be greedy. You can't be selfish when it comes to your family. You have to help them out sometimes. This lesson is for you, so did you know that even though you are my son, I don't love my nephew any less than I love you. And you needed to learn this so that you will understand that when you grow up, if you have children, you have to love them all the same." Now, I can't say that about my mom. I can say that about my freaking dad because he taught me that lesson with the bottle of Pepsi. Alright? I can say a lot of negative things about my mom in this video. I'm not going to do that, especially since she's still alive and I love her. But let's just say, on a positive note, if I had to choose a parent, I would have chose to just have my dad and a different mother. I love my mama. Excuse me. Don't get me wrong. I love my mama. I can't say she feels the same way about me. Okay? Because of the way my life has turned out, I can't say she feels the same way because she's been the cause of most of my problems. Alright? The second person that's been the cause of most of my problems is me and my honor. Alright? Honoring your word is hard. Being honest and being honorable is like the hardest two things on earth. And those are the choices that I made. But I didn't think my life would turn out this bad. And now that I know, I'm about to make some changes and different choices. I'm still going to honor my word. But I'm not going to honor it to please other people. I'm going to honor it to please me. I'm also going to honor my ability that I just learned how to do, which is to start saying no and stick to my guns. End of the story is simple. Weigh the pros and cons in your parents and then ask yourself this question. If I could change my ethnicity, my gender, my race, before I come into the existence of being a human being, would I do it? My answer is hell yeah. But the consequences, the good Lord, the Creator, the Great Spirit, would say you have to have at least one parent that I'm giving you. One of your parents that you have, and you have to choose. Do you pick your dad or do you pick your mom? And out of weighing how I was treated by both of my parents, which is why I picked my dad. Alright? My dad did discipline me. He didn't whoop my ass that much. My mom did discipline me. She whooped my ass a lot. I'm grateful for that because I've never been to jail. My dad has always told me to do right from wrong. My mama showed me to do right from wrong, and to a certain degree. Because there's right and wrong in her view that is more wrong than right, and she just doesn't get it. But my dad, there was no shade of gray. There was right and wrong, and that's it. Which is probably why I have the shade of gray, because of my mom. I believe in the shade of gray. But I also believe that sometimes you do the wrong thing for the right reason in the long scheme of things. I know that sounds hypocritical as a motherfucker, right? But anyway, the bottom line is, you're at God's gates, and you're about to be born. And the good Lord asks you, or better yet, let's say the good Lord shows you how your life is going to turn out. How you're going to go through good and bad experiences, and what parent has the most influence on you. On whether you become a good person or a bad person, or if you walk down the middle. And God asks you, you get a choice. You get to pick your mom, or do you get to pick your dad, and how you are going to be this person. And you've already died and gone to heaven, but you know, you're going to get the chance to relive your life, is basically what I'm saying. And you get to change a few things. What would you change? The first 20 people that text me and say, I wouldn't change a thing, you are a liar. Alright? Or, let me be a little bit more nicer, you may not be a liar. You might be a person who's had a great life, who's never had a bad day, who's been happy all your life, who's been well off. You've always had money, you've always had the good girls, or if you're a girl, the good guys. You've had a awesome ass life. Not like my life, which has been condemned with pain and suffering on a cellular level. Not by diseases, unless you count the diseases that take people from me, but through family, through discipline, through not getting the life I deserve versus the life I have due to other people's clusterfucks. So if you won't change anything, then you've had a great fucking life. I can't say that, which is why I picked my dad versus my mom. You know, most people will go with the parent that treats them the nice. And don't think that my dad hasn't overstepped or understepped, because he has. He's a human being. He's made some mistakes. But when you weigh the pros and cons against his mistakes versus the mistakes my mom has made, I'm going with him. It's just that simple. Because I can say this about both my parents. I love my mom. I love my dad. But when it comes down to who loves me, my dad has never stabbed me in the back for somebody else. My mom has done that on more than one occasion. And granted, one of those kids were her own, one of those kids didn't exist, and one of those kids was the father of one of those kids that didn't exist. And it was like she spit in my face, kicked me in the nuts, and then shot me in the head. So you have to realize how your life turned out before you tell me that you wouldn't change a thing.
You're probably also living your best life. So, to you, more power to you. To me, I've never been that blessed. Thank you for watching. To come for having number 2. Be seeing you.